It was a really sunny day and there was not much traffic around. It was the beginning of the lockdown and I was sat outside chilling out after a really stressful work period, and the penny suddenly dropped that this is what the future could look like. I could hear birds, there was no cars on the road, my kids could come down and pot around on their bikes and not be at risk of death. Yeah, so I sat down and did the maths, did the analysis on what would have the most impact on reducing our emissions between now and 2030. And I initially thought maybe it was the trees or maybe the cars, but the maths tells us that if you just electrify all of the cars, you just end up with a clean but really congested transport system. Yeah, so we need to turn the transport system on its head completely. So at the moment we're prioritising, for the most part, for roads and the motor car. We need to turn that around, and we need a transport system that, first of all, is don't travel or travel less. Secondly, is travel active, bikes, mobility, walking. Thirdly, is travel public, lots more buses. And what's left we need to decarbonise. So less emissions per vehicle and electrify what's left. We'll be able to get around even better than we can today. The system of the future will be decarbonised and it'll be accessible to more people, it'll be safe and it'll be healthy, and we need that by 2030. If you look at where all of the emissions come from in New Zealand and you filter by technology, economics, politics and legislation, what you find is it's actually really hard to move ag. All of the trees, the Billion Trees program will give us maybe 10% of the reduction we need. Some things we're not going to do. We're not going to close Glenbrook. We're probably not going to close the aluminium smelter. So what's left is transport, and to make the numbers work, we need to almost entirely decarbonise transportation on the road by 2030. We'll do there's sort of three things that matter. Firstly, get petrol and diesel out of your life in any of those ways, walking, public transport, cycling. Secondly, talk to people about the transformation that needs to happen. We need to move roads across to the people and away from the cars. And thirdly, contact the people that make the decisions. The board of NZTA, the Minister of Transport, the board of Auckland Transport, the councillors and mayor, and wherever you are, and make it clear to them that we want a system which is decarbonised and accessible by 2030.